Welcome to another episode of the Bella Grace podcast, where we are helping you transform your life, mind, body, and soul. Whether you are struggling to find balance, using unhealthy behaviors or substances to cope, or you just want to unlock the root cause of what's holding you back from living your best life, Bella Grace Coaching can help you transform your life, mind, body, and soul. And this week we're doing that by discussing. You want to tell them what we're talking about, Rosie?
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Navigating social situations without drugs or alcohol.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just before we get started, I just wanted to say hello, and I am Rosalva, aka Rosie,
Yes.
and this is Teresa, and I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who has been watching and liking and sharing our videos. And we love you and we appreciate you. And thank you. Yes. I just wanted to say that before we get started. And also don't forget to hit like and subscribe before anything else.
Yeah. Yes. We always say it at the end, but it's great to say it at the beginning too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yes, we're going to be talking about getting together in social situations and how to have a fun time without alcohol and drugs.
Yes. So by the time this one airs, my birthday will have passed. Celebrating my birthday this weekend. Mm-hmm. And so we will be immersed in social situations.
We are.
Yes.
And I'm so glad I don't have to feel that pressure because Teresa does not drink.
Yes.
And I don't have to say, no. Oh no, I have something here. No.
Yeah. There's not that pressure from our friend group to feel like you need to drink.
Yeah, I mean, we're all adults, but even as adults, you can sort of feel that pressure when someone's like, take a shot. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to take a shot? Or,
Yeah, no, I get that. We have friends that drink. And when I first stopped drinking, it was really hard for them to understand that I wasn't going to drink. Their response was, so how long is this going to last? Is this forever? Are you like never drinking again? And now when we hang out with them, like they get it. They're okay with it. And they're like, yeah, no, she doesn't drink. It's fine.
Yeah.
But at first it was hard. Yeah. It was hard for them to understand that I wasn't going to drink anymore.
Yeah. And I come from a big family where that's all they do. In every gathering, there's always alcohol, okay? So it's normal. But I don't really drink.
Yeah.
And I think my family knows that too. So they are sort of like, on the understanding side, but sometimes I do feel the pressure because it's like, I want to be cool. I want to be liked, but no. So I usually just grab a cup and pretend I'm drinking, but I'm not. I'm just there with what is it, squirt?
Yeah, squirt.
I'm like,
yes.
Here.
Yeah. And you just tell them, oh yeah, it's squirt and vodka or whatever. Yeah. I've done that too before. Yeah. So I have been sober from alcohol. I haven't had any alcohol since August of 2020. Yeah.
That's
a long time.
Years.
Yeah. It's a few years. This year will be 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And
you must be proud of that.
I am. I'm really proud of it. So for those who don't know, I'm sober from drugs. This year will be 19 years.
Wow.
But I didn't stop drinking when I stopped doing drugs. And a lot of like groups out there say like, you're not sober unless you're 100% sober. But alcohol for me never was an issue. It was never my crutch. It was I never needed alcohol.
Okay.
It was fun to do, but I didn't need it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until 2020 when that changed and I recognized the change that I was like, oh, I'm dependent on this now.
Yeah. Okay.
I need it to function socially and I need it to function not just socially, but in real life. Like work was so stressful that I was drinking all the time.
You know, I read somewhere that Texas was the state that contribute to the alcohol back in 2020 during the lockdown,
COVID.
and I know that I contribute to that too as well. I think a lot of people did, because I think we all run to alcohol sometimes to just cope and relax, or for social gatherings or whatever. But yeah,
in 2020, I think collectively we were drinking to drown the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
There was so much going on during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just the pandemic. It wasn't just being locked down. It was all of the unrest with the politics and with Black Lives Matter and, all those things too. It was so scary. There was so much going on.
I think we're still healing
from
that. I think some of us are finally like seeing the light, and we're like getting our lives back. Yeah. But wow, 4 years later. Wow.
But for me, sobriety came out of COVID. So my sobriety was birthed through COVID. And I'm so grateful. I have more fun now sober than I ever did drinking. So we'll be celebrating my birthday.
Yay!
And on the invitation, I was like, there will be cocktails, mocktails, or BYOB.
Yeah, water.
Yeah. Well, because I don't necessarily think that everybody needs to be sober.
No, I think that's a lie that we have been planted, that the enemy has planted on us, saying that we need this to have fun, to have a good time, to feel good. But it's not true, because I have so much fun without alcohol.
Yeah.
Because I never had an alcohol problem. And I feel like I'm just naturally just fun, and I'm able to focus on what I'm saying and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about the next day looking like a fool or having being hungover.
Yeah.
And no shame,
or trying to remember what you said.
Yeah. Or what you
did,
what
you let out. Yeah. What you did. Yeah.
Yeah. That's scary. Yeah.
Yeah. So how? Let's say, how do you navigate social situations without alcohol? You have never had an issue with alcohol.
No.
You can we'll go to dinner or whatever, and you might have a drink or two.
Because that's more than enough for me.
Yeah, that's more than enough for Rosie.
Honestly, that's more than enough for me, where I'm like, okay, yeah.
But not me. I'm the opposite. If I have one drink, I'm going to drink the whole bottle.
Yeah.
So for me, navigating social situations without alcohol, when I first stopped drinking, was hard. Because I didn't know how to be in a social situation without alcohol. You didn't know
when to stop.
Yeah, and I couldn't stop once I started. So I didn't know how to be social without alcohol or drugs back in the day. It's been a long time.
Okay.
So how do you do it?
Well,
because you get pressure from your family.
I do,
or
all
you
the time.
To. Yeah,
I do. Around my cousins, okay, they love to drink, and my dad, that's all I ever saw was my dad have an alcohol problem too. So, and my uncles as well. And I feel like I just say no, and I just distance myself. That's what I do. I say no, and sometimes I'll just be like, okay, I'll have a beer. I don't really like beer, but sometimes I do enjoy one, as in a michelada.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, and they're so good, especially during the summer and the heat. But they can sneak up on you if you're not careful.
I make non-alcoholic micheladas.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yummy.
You'll have to. Maybe we'll do that on Saturday.
Do you do it with
night.
like Topo Chico and like?
I do the non-alcoholic beer.
Okay.
There's this brand.
What non-alcoholic beer are you talking about?
No, that is
a liar.
Well, no, a lot of people think that O'Doul's is the only option, and it's not. Okay, so we're going to take a detour real quick and talk about non-alcoholic stuff. I like it. Because I enjoy micheladas. I like the taste of beer. I like the taste of IPAs. I like the taste of certain things, and I miss it sometimes. So I am a huge proponent of non-alcoholic drinks and beers and spirits and all that stuff.
Yeah, and every time I come to your house, you make me a little drink.
Yeah.
I don't know what she does. All I do is sit at her counter and I just hear the glass going and the eyes like this. And then she just pours me like what looks like cranberry juice. And then she pours some purple drink. And I don't know what else, but the ice is on top. And then I'm like...
It's very pretty.
And I know it's not... I drink it not because she forces me, but because I know there's no alcohol in it because I know you don't drink. And I don't even question it. So even if it's poison, I'm like,
she's like,
I'm
here for it.
Yeah. Yes, because she made it for me and I trust you. And I'm just like, yes, give me whatever it is. Thank you.
Yeah. No, but so the non-alcoholic industry has boomed. Like it is big.
Yeah.
So my favorite brand is Athletic Brewing Company. And they have IPAs, they have Pilsners, they have cervezas, which is like the Mexican beer. So it tastes like a Corona or a Dos Equis.
Just without the alcohol.
Right. And it's my favorite brand because it actually tastes like beer. It doesn't taste watered down. It doesn't taste like sometimes non-alcoholic beers just taste like a flat beer. These actually are good. And so I'll do the Athletic Brewing cerveza, the Mexican beer flavor. And then I do the, what's it called? The Clamato mix. Yeah. And I'll do that. And I do the Tajin rim. And yes, it's so yummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
So the way my dad does his micheladas, he, because my dad was an alcoholic, guys, forever. And so he bought beer mugs. He freezes them. And then he buys this sauce. I don't know the brand or the name or whatever. I just know it's in a little bottle. And it's already like pre-mixed michelada mix. So he just puts like maybe an ounce or two. And then he puts the beer and some lime juice in there. Also the tahini and lime. And it is so good. I don't know what it is, but
that's my favorite mocktail for the summer is a michelada.
Yeah.
And people will always ask me, like, what is that? Or when we go to the beach, I get the non-alcoholic Dos Equis. Dos Equis does have a non-alcoholic. And it's lime and salt.
I am learning something here.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is so good. The Dos Equis lime and salt. Like I take it to the beach and put tahini on the can and I drink that at the beach all day long.
I need to go to the beach with you. I need a tan. Look at her colors. I'm like pale over here. She is a tan goddess. Look at her boots. Today we decided to wear our little cowgirl boots. Yes. We're going to hit the rodeo after this. I'm just kidding, we're not. But we decided to wear cowgirl boots and little dresses because it is summer. I think cowgirl boots are back in style.
They are.
It's sexy and we feel country. We do live in Texas, so it's normal.
Yes. And I have to brag on my husband because he got these for me for my birthday last year.
What size are you?
I have a big old foot. I think these are 8.5 or 9.
Oh, they don't fit me or else I was going to be like, bye.
Yeah.
But
I had a pair of cowboy boots that my brother got me for graduation when I graduated from Texas Tech with my bachelor's degree. And when I moved to Dallas, they got lost in the move. I was so upset.
They didn't kill. Someone took them.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I know. I just know everything. No, I don't.
No, someone's little finger snatched them off of my U-Haul. So I was really sad. But so it had been since 2017 since I'd had a pair of boots, and Nick got these for me for my birthday last year.
That's so cute.
I was so excited. And so I wear them on special occasions, but boots are coming back in style.
Yes. And you can, we're not sponsored, y'all, but you can wear boots with like jeans, skirts, shorts, and dresses. I mean,
Yeah. I love it with rompers and dresses.
These boots are made for walking. Y'all don't. Teresa, why do you let me sing on here? I am the worst. The worst.
She just busts out in song.
I can just think of like a couple of songs where it's just like boots and stuff. Also like that new Beyonce song, like Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Like all these songs where you just like makes you want to like make some dust with your boots.
I love it.
Anyways, let's track.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
No, but so when I got sober, I was like, okay, well, I'm never going to be able to have fun again. Like, I'm never going to be able to have a beer again. Like, and I like beer. I grew up in Texas. My family drinks beer like it's water.
Yeah, that's true.
But I was really excited when I found all these non-alcoholic beers. And when I first got sober, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I could drink in social situations that wasn't water, because water is boring.
It is. And I'm a water person.
I
can tell you the difference between water, but I love water and I'd rather drink water than certain things.
Yeah.
So,
but I wanted to be able to have fun, right?
And like, want to drink something refreshing.
Fun. Yeah. Because when I first got sober, we spent a lot of time at our friend's house and they have a pool. And so we were always sitting by the pool. And I was like, I don't want to just have water. Like, I want something
like, there's
fun.
Water in the pool. There's water over here.
Yeah. So that I spent a lot of time playing with and discovering like how to make mocktails and the non-alcoholic beer industry and like the non-alcoholic spirits. There's non-alcoholic champagne and it actually tastes like real champagne. Sometimes I have to be like, did I pour the wrong thing? Like, what is this? But the options have opened up so much that I don't feel the need to drink alcohol.
No. So if you follow me on social media, you will see that I have drinks sometimes and they're non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
I just don't say that. I want people to think I drink, but I don't drink. No, because, and that is the wonderful thing about today's world, because we have non-alcoholic things on the menu now. They look just the same, just without the alcohol. Yeah. And they taste just as great.
Yeah.
If not, even better. Well, if you like your little, with the little shot, that's fine. But if you don't, and you're like me, and you're just enjoying the drink without alcohol, it's good. It's delicious, and it feels refreshing.
Yeah, I enjoy them. So when we go out, I don't feel pressure anymore to drink. But if you have just recently quit drinking, or you're trying to slow down your drinking, being in a social situation where alcohol or drugs are present can be really hard. I know someone who was trying to stop smoking weed, but everyone that they hung out with smoked weed. And so how do you navigate that sort of situation where it's around you? You can't necessarily leave the situation, but you don't want to partake.
Like I said, I just, because there's no gathering that I go to around my family that there's no alcohol. That doesn't exist. That's just not part of, And all my family are big drinkers. That's just the way it is. For me, I just say no. I don't even give them a story. There's been times where I had to lie and say I was on medication and I couldn't have it. But for the most part, I just say no, and I'll just change the subject or go into something else or distance myself. I'll be like, oh, I need some water. Oh, I need something else, and just go. Like, dodge the ball. Yeah. Sort of.
Yeah. And like twist and turn out of the situation.
And eventually they will get it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then oh well. But at least you making an effort it's not easy, but it's more than enough for you to be like, okay, I'm trying and I try my best, and and then you just gotta take it, I guess, one day at a time or one conversation at a time, because once you leave that conversation over there, you come back to this corner where you're wanting to talk to your cousins or your friends, and guess what? They're also drinking. And you're like, well, I dodged that ball over here, but now I'm over here. And when that comes again, you just do the same thing or
pivot. Pivot, change the subject, leave the situation. Those are all really good. Those are actually some of the tips that I give to some of my clients.
Wow.
Is like, so I always tell people no is a full sentence. Like, you shouldn't have to explain.
Yes.
Yeah, like, if you say no, it should be no. Unfortunately, we live in a society where it's no, but people are like, no, you say no, and they're like, yeah, but why?
Yeah, and then when you reject their offer, they're like, whoa,
what's your problem?
Like, what, you think you're better than us? Like, or, but
that was one that was hard for me when I first stopped drinking, was how uncomfortable my sobriety made other people. And for a while, like, I didn't even want to tell people that I wasn't drinking. So I would show up to parties and get-togethers with a cup of something pre-made.
Like me.
Yeah. And I would walk in with like my Stanley cup, and like they would offer, and I'd be like, no, I got something in here. Yeah. Because I didn't even want to tell them, oh, I don't drink. Yeah. Because then it was like, oh, well, why aren't you drinking? Well, can I not drink around you?
Like, I would say, oh, I'll get one right now, or I'm going. Yeah. Yeah. But no, I wouldn't go, and I wouldn't get one.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell people, I'm like, always be prepared with an answer, because you're going to be questioned as to why you're not drinking. And that's kind of what you said. You would say, I'm on medication, or I'm not drinking tonight. Another one is like, my favorite was always, I just can't drink. Like, I can't drink because once I start, I won't stop, and nobody wants to put up with that tonight.
That's a good one. Yeah. It reminds me of like those memes they do. It's like, si ya saben cómo me pongo, ¿por qué me invitan? If you know how I get, then why do you invite me?
Yeah.
Because it's sort of like, okay, warning.
Yeah. It's your warning label. No, but sometimes I forget, like, for me, it's not an issue anymore. But for someone out there who is like, today is Memorial Day. Is that what today is? It's today's Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day. You'll be hearing this well after Memorial Day, but it is Memorial Day. And I know most normal people aren't sitting in a house recording podcast episodes, but Rosie is so nice, and I had to reschedule our recording day, so here we are. But most people today are probably barbecuing or pool parties.
Save me a burger.
I know. My husband was like, I have burgers, but by the time I get home, they'll be cold. I was like,
Wait, is he making burgers later?
No, he's at work. And
I've been wanting a really good homemade burger. Those are just the best.
They're the best. It takes me back to my childhood when we would like barbecue.
Yeah.
I like a good burnt weenie, like the cheap weenies, like the real cheap ones that used to be like
$4 for her food burnt. Y'all.
Well, because my uncles would get drunk and forget about the food on the grill.
You drinking on the job.
They
like,
were.
You had one job. Don't burn the meat. And you burned
they
the meat.
burned the meat. Yeah, it never failed. And so us kids would get the burnt hot dogs.
It sounds like when my family does like carne asada, and they leave the wings for last because something about they just cook better, but then they forget because it's the last thing on the menu, and they burnt the wings. Like,
Yep.
¿Por qué?
Yeah, because the beer.
Yeah. They're lit.
Yeah, exactly. That was my family's problem. That was always my family's problem.
Oh my God.
But so, okay, so let's recap. We're practical tips for navigating social situations without drugs and alcohol.
Mhm.
Okay. First, why would someone want to do that?
Why would someone want to drink?
No, why would someone want to navigate a social situation without alcohol? Because society tells us that
It's the only way.
it's the only way to have fun. So why would someone?
But that's a lie. That's
Yeah.
not. It's not. I mean, do you ever go to the movies? Do you remember being a kid going to parties and having a fun without alcohol? It's like that. We're just adults. I feel like because we're adults, people are like, I can drink now so I can have fun. No, you were once a kid and you went to birthday parties, pool parties, whatever, and you had a blast. You had fun without alcohol and without drugs. So why don't you try it again?
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, it may be a little bit more like, okay, now you're more focused. You don't feel, that pressure. But for some people, I can understand why they need to take a shot before they go into social gatherings because they're introverts and they need that confidence or need that little boost to just help them relax because of their nerves, and they just so they can get out of their little shell, and that's understandable. But I don't know. I don't know what.
So my answer to that is kind of the same. Society has put it in our mind that the only way to have fun is to be drunk or to drink. Going back to what you said about people's anxiety. I have clients who have high social anxiety, and the primary reason that they drink is to help them cope with being in a situation that they're not comfortable being in.
Yeah.
And when we sit down and we break that down and we actually dig into that, it usually comes back to some insecurities that they're having with themselves or some fear that they haven't dealt with. So, for example, if you say, well, I'm going to this work event, I'm going to have to get on stage and give an acceptance speech for this award. So I'm going to take a couple shots to help calm my nerves. Well, if you break that down, you're drinking out of fear of speaking in public. So it's not so much that you need to calm your nerves for this event. You're afraid of public speaking. And so you are dealing with it by drinking. But if instead you say, okay, I know I'm afraid of public speaking. I know I have to give a speech in 2 weeks at this work event. Let me instead prepare myself so that when I get up there, I know what I'm going to say. I'm not going to stumble over my words. I'm going to rehearse it in front of some people, right? I'm going to rehearse it in front of the mirror, and then I'm going to rehearse it in front of some friends. That way, when I get up there, I know exactly what I'm going to say. I get up there, I say it, and I'm done. And I don't need to take a shot before to calm my nerves because I'm prepared and I'm ready to do it.
I have stage fright. So what I say or what I do is picture everyone as children in adult bodies.
Oh, yes. I like that one.
No, they're all children in adult bodies because we
are. Yeah.
I know there are people say, oh no, just picture them naked, but I don't like to picture people naked.
You're like, I don't want to see
I'm
you
like,
naked.
no, they're children. They're children in adult bodies.
Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, less pressure because they're children. Children don't care. They just listen.
Yeah.
They just,
And you were a preschool teacher.
Yeah.
Were. I say were.
Were.
Yeah. Rosie got a job, a different job. She got a promotion.
Yes.
She got a transition job.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
I am. I'm excited about it too. So you guys will see. And I will be talking about what I'm going to be doing. Yes. So that's
But so, okay. We keep getting off track. We act like we don't see each other all the time. We're over here catching up.
Yeah.
But yes, so I I try to help people see the root cause behind what's causing them to feel like they need to drink for social situations, right? Because if we can get down to the root cause of why you want to drink in this social situation, then maybe you can find a solution for that, and then you don't need to drink. Some people can drink it in social situations, and they, like you weirdo. You can have one or two. Me, no, I can't have one or two. If I drink in a social situation, I'm going to drink the whole bottle. I'm going to be blackout drunk. Like, I have no control function when it comes to alcohol. So for me, it's better to not drink. And if you are at a place in your life where you're like, I don't want to go through that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have to wake up with the anxiety. I don't want to wake up hungover. I don't want to, I want to remember the conversations that I'm having with the people that I'm talking to. Whatever your reason is for not wanting to drink socially anymore, getting down to the root cause of what drives you to drink socially is where you need to start.
Yeah. And maybe you don't trust those people who are around you when you're drinking. And if you don't, that's a valid reason for you not to drink.
Yeah.
And if someone keeps pressuring you to do drugs or alcohol, then you can say no and just walk away.
Yeah.
Like, because that's not a good person.
Yeah.
They don't care about you. They have maybe even like bad reasons why they're pressuring you to do this. And that's not okay. So that's I feel like that's your call to just walk away.
Yeah.
From those situations or those people. And if you know you're not gonna be able to say no, just don't go.
Yeah.
Just don't go.
Yeah.
Stay home or stay in somewhere where you don't have to be around those people who are going to pressure you to do things you don't want to do. And, because after all, it is your body. You're the one who's going to be hungover. You're the one who's going to be put in that situation. And it's you. You have to start looking out for yourself, and because no one else is going to.
No.
Everyone's probably going to be drunk or on drugs, and then you're just left to, on your own. So it's okay to say no, and it's okay to walk away. It's okay not to show up, and it's okay to change friends as well. If they don't respect that, if they don't understand, if they keep pressuring you, then those are not your friends. That's not it.
That's what I was going to say. So it's easy to say, just don't go.
Yeah.
And it's easy to say, get new friends. Or for some people,
That's
the fear of missing out is strong. And the fear of missing out will trump their desire to not be hungover tomorrow. It will trump their desire to not drink. It'll trump their desire to not smoke or whatever it is, like your drug of choice. And so it kind of goes back to what we've been talking about in the last few episodes of building healthy relationships, setting healthy boundaries, like letting go of the fear of judgment. All of those things that we've been talking about they're all keys to being able to navigate social situations without drugs or alcohol.
Okay.
Because unless you are firmly rooted in who you are, it is really hard to just say, well, these people can't respect the fact that I don't want to drink anymore. I'm going to find new friends. Like, if you have a negative self-worth, if you don't believe that you are worthy of making new friends, if you don't think that you can make new friends, then walking away from the only friends you've ever known, can be impossible.
Yeah. Especially when it's your family and that's all you do. And you live with them and that's all you know.
Yeah. It can be so hard. And I think that's why I was saying, like, getting to the root cause of why you're drinking, what's driving you to need to drink in that social situation is so important.
Yeah.
Because once you know the root cause,
then you're able to figure out what to do, what you need to do, figure out a plan or come up with a strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, don't go in unplanned. Do not go into a social situation where drugs or alcohol will be present without a plan in place. What's the quote? Like, ships without vision sink or something like that. Like, you have to have a vision for your night of how things are going to go, how you're going to react.
You need a password.
Yes.
Or
a safe word. Yeah, a safe word. Yeah.
Me and my husband have that. Like, when we go around our families, and our families are crazy. Our families are both the same, guys. Both the same. So, but except that's his family and that's my family.
Yeah.
So, but we sort of, every time we go, we're like, okay, you know how Uncle Joe is, or my Aunt Martha is.
Yeah.
If you see this so and so and so, you will know what to do. Or if you see that this is happening, okay, we know what to do. And it's sad that we have to do this, but we also do it with our kids. We're like, hey, if you see this or this and so, come tell mommy.
Yeah.
Or we're, because we need to have a plan B. Or we need to abort the mission.
Yeah, abort the mission. Abort.
Yeah, because being around people who do drugs and alcohol is scary because they're very unpredictable. You never know what they're going to do or what's going to happen because alcohol controls them.
Yeah.
And drugs do too. Once they're in a certain, I guess, level or dose or I don't know. Yeah. It just, they even lose
it. It's like a switch flips and you can see that switch flip.
Right.
I know I can.
Me too. Yeah.
When you are raised in those sorts of situations, your defense mechanisms start screaming high alert. Like you're like, oh, they have flipped. Yep. And you can just see and it yeah. And that's a good point for people who are trying to stay sober in social situations.
You can take a friend, someone who you trust, someone who's safe. Like for me, for example, my husband, I'm so glad he's not a drinker like that.
Yeah.
But he is, we have these words because we know how our families can be. So we're like, okay. And we keep each other like, hey, are you good? We're good. Yeah. Are you like?
So y'all are constantly like taking a pulse, like
checking up on each other, our kids, everything. And it's sad, but that's the reality because we do have crazy families and we love them.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can't change or save everyone and it is what it is.
And you can't avoid those situations
exactly.
Forever. Yeah. You have to hang out with family from time to time at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is. I like that. Safe word or a safe person, someone that you can touch base with and be like, hey, are you okay? Are you ready to leave? Like, what's the temperature here?
Yeah. And if you can text somebody, say, hey, I'm here. You can even send them the location, share your location or text like, hey, I'm going over to my friend's house. This is what's going to happen. This is, can I text you if so and so, or can you call me, or
accountability. Having an accountability partner, that's a great one too.
Yeah, because it helps you, and they can be like, "Hey, it's 9:00. Are you still there?" Yeah, I just got here. Okay, well, what had you had to drink? Oh, just water. Okay, great. You're doing great. Just so and so, or I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's a great one.
Yeah. Especially for teenagers. I mean, yeah. And right now, everyone's out of school because this is the end of May. Yeah, and everyone's like out. College students are getting ready for their college life. College life happens. There's a lot of drinking. There's a lot of drugs. A lot. And so you want to stay focused and you want to make the best out of your summer. And you don't always have to just go and drink to have a good time.
Yeah.
You can have a good time just talking to people, dancing, singing. I mean, drinking our fruity drinks.
Yeah.
And without having to get very
wasted. Yeah. No, and the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with yourself.
Yeah.
You said dancing, and 5 years ago, I would not have danced unless I was drunk. Yeah. Now I don't even care. It wasn't this Friendsgiving. It was the Friendsgiving before, right? Where you and me and Joe, like we were all in my living room dancing.
Yeah, we looked ridiculous.
But we were having so much fun.
Yeah.
And it comes back to, if I can talk today, guys, my mouth and my brain are not communicating. It comes back to being confident, though.
In who you are.
In who you are. Yeah.
So I had a birthday party. I'm a New Year's Eve baby. So obviously a lot of drinking goes on or whatever. And I had a party, and I did carry with me a red Solo cup filled with squirt. I love squirt, okay? Don't judge me. But
I had never even had squirt until
I love it.
No, yeah, I think
it was chilito in there, like singing and all that. Oh, so good. I don't know.
Yeah, I had no idea what squirt was until I helped my mom bartend a Mexican wedding, like straight up from, like, they were all from Mexico.
Mexican.
Yeah, they were all from Mexico. And everyone was asking for squirt and some alcohol. I can't even remember what it was called.
I love how you just said Mexican. I don't know. We're just squirt.
I know. I was like, what the hell is squirt? My mom's like, it's over there in the case on the floor. And I was like, what is this?
You've been exposed.
That was my first exposure to squirt. I was like, I didn't even know this thing existed.
Yeah, it does exist, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But I'd never had it before. Anyway.
Well, I had one shot, okay, because it was my birthday. Yeah. And it was a good number, okay? I'm not going to share how old I am. But it was a good number, and I took one shot. That was more than enough for me to be like, this is for me to celebrate because I want to. Yeah. And that's more than enough. Mm-hmm. And the rest of the night, I just drank squirt. I kept filling it up. And I got mad when I ran out because I was like, what do I do now? Do I just pour water in here? Yeah. Well, anyways. But my cousins and friends who are huge drinkers, they were like, is Rosa already drunk? This is what they said to my husband. And my husband turns around and he looks at me. He's like, nah, bro. Rosa doesn't need to drink to have a good time. She's just naturally like that. Yeah. She does not need to. And that's because I was dancing. I was singing. And I was having such a great time that people were like, what is she drinking? I want some of that.
And that's the thing, that when you stop drinking, you get so comfortable with yourself that people think you're drunk. But it is contagious. Yeah. Like, people see you radiating as yourself. And they're curious about what you're doing. They want what you have.
Yeah. They just don't know that I get high on Jesus and drunk on Jesus and just I don't need anything. Yeah. I don't I just feel like I wish that people knew the peace that comes with you having a relationship with God. And knowing that once you do, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You're just filled with the Holy Spirit and you're happy and you have so much peace. You don't feel anything from the outside.
Yeah. You don't feel the need to drown any part of yourself.
No, you do not. Yeah. Because you're drunk on Jesus. You're high on Jesus. And you're just like happy because God heals you and God just provides everything that you need. It's just all the voids, everything, all the little holes, everything is just God. Yeah. I'm feeling all those because I don't need anything else.
Yeah. And for so
Yeah.
long, I tried to fill those voids and those holes with drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And it never worked.
No.
There was no amount of any of that would satisfy the void and the need. And I was laughing, I was giggling because I used to be part of a prison ministry, and we would have parties. Like, we did a 3-day retreat, and the last night was always like a big banquet. And it was always a big deal. A lot of the people that came to the retreat had never been to anything like that. They'd never been to a banquet. Half of them didn't have like a nice outfit to wear. Like, it was really cool. But we would feed them a steak dinner and baked potato with all the fixings. Yeah. And then we'd have a DJ, and it was just a big dance party. And a lot of the women who came had never been to a party where alcohol or drugs weren't present. Yeah. And so my favorite thing would be to go grab them and drag them onto the dance floor and make them have fun. Like, just dance with them dance around them until they started dancing. And to see those walls just fall down.
Yeah, like it's okay to have fun without any of that substance. Yeah. Yeah, you can do it.
You can.
And trust me, and you'll have more fun, and you'll let loose, and you'll feel more free, because then you'll remember too. Yeah. Like, what's the point of drinking if you're not going to be able to remember all the fun you had? Yeah. Yeah. That defeats the purpose. Like why? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all right. So, navigating social situations without drugs or alcohol. We talked about having a plan. Yeah. No is a full answer. Have an escape route.
Yeah. Have a friend.
Have an accountability partner, someone that you can turn to. Yeah. And
substitute.
Yes. And substituting. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Even if it's with water, if it helps you keep safe, whatever.
Yeah. Just water and lemon. Yeah. Soda water and lime. Squirt. You're going to have to go try the squirt. You're going to have to try it. It's a ridiculous name. Not sponsored. It's a ridiculous name, but it's delicious soda. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway. All right, guys. Well,
yes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking this long with us. And just don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Please share. Continue to watch and support, and we love you guys, and we just pray that you have a great weekend, and we pray blessings over you. And if you need help or you struggle with any of the things that we just talked about, don't be shy or afraid or embarrassed to reach out to us and let us know how we can help. It is confidential. We won't share your name or anything that you let us know. And
Yep. There's the link in the show notes for booking a free consultation if you want to talk to us. So thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.